Okay, I'm Sydney, and when I gave my last presentation, I did it about mentorships and how they help increase the quality of education that you receive. And so today I'm advocating for mentorship programs to be implemented at USD. All students that are at USD and other colleges around the US are working towards a more focused goal of becoming or going into a career that they will most likely be doing for the rest of their life. As a student here, I've chosen the major of dental hygiene, hoping to become a dental hygienist in the near future. Throughout my time here at USD, I have created a lot of connections with different students, faculty members, professors, and those people have helped me become even more passionate about that career. I'm a student who's always valued my education and helping others. As college students, I feel that all of us should value the education that we have, and having people alongside us to help us achieve those goals that we have and the passions and the careers that we're going into is super helpful. I believe that USD should implement a structured mentorship program that pairs students with faculty members or peer mentors to enhance communication, build confidence, and improve academic support. Some problems that we face here at USD when trying to receive mentors and get the quality of education that we deserve are one, not feeling confident enough to reach out to other classmates if you're not close to them, or you don't want to look like the not smart one in the class. Like, it can be hard to reach out to other students. Another one is feeling as if your concerns aren't valid enough to faculty members. Like, reaching out to teachers can sometimes be tricky just because you don't know if your question is the right question or whatnot. And then my third one is the lack of communications from professors to students. Talking about these problems brings me into my first main point of students not feeling as if their problems or concerns are important enough to reach out for help. As students, sometimes we feel as if our professors view us as like a group at large. When you're in a huge lecture hall and there's 300 kids in it, you obviously know that your professor probably doesn't know your name. So sometimes it can be hard, and because of this, reaching out to staff members for help can feel intimidating and can cause students to invalidate their problems. According to a 2023 review published in Psychology, Research, and Behavioral Management, many students avoid seeking academic help because they worry it might make them seem incompetent or hurt their self-esteem. Also, I did my interview with the high school principal here in Vermillion, and he talked about the power that mentorship programs have on students for many reasons. He explained that it's important for students to have someone in the school whom they're comfortable enough to talk to about problems regardless of the severity of the issue. With this being said, I think it's extremely important that we come up with a solution like a mentorship program in which students don't necessarily have to take action, but rather have a program that requires students to reach out for help and meet with professors periodically throughout the semester. Although it might seem as if students who have questions ask them, we've now learned that it's very common for students to worry about their image if they are ever confused in class. Moving on to my second main point, we're going to go more in depth on how there's a problem of students not feeling comfortable enough reaching out to classmates because of the aftermath of judgment that they may feel. Students tend to come up with questions and concerns frequently, and because of the abundant amount of questions that we may come up with, it can feel like nobody else is thinking those things, so that can result in a fear of judgment by other classmates. Because of this, it can be hard for students to ask for help in certain situations. A recent humanities and social science communication study explains that students often avoid asking classmates for help because of the fear of looking ignorant or being judged. I also found in a 2025 article that students were asked why they found it challenging to reach out for help to other classmates, and their response showed that some of them wanted to be smart and other ones wanted to look smart. This evidence shows that students aren't just struggling academically, but could be battling internal fears of judgment and embarrassment that stop them from reaching out for help from other classmates. Some students do have confidence, and that helps them reach out in class. In lecture halls, there might be the one kid that raises his hand. Otherwise, most of us don't say things, but because some people do reach out and make themselves vulnerable in those class settings, it can give others confidence to do so as well. Now that we've talked about the uncomfortability of reaching out to classmates and faculty. We're gonna move into my third point, concerning the lack of communication from professors to students. When you email a professor, sometimes you know that it's gonna be 2 weeks later before they email you back, and some of them get back to you the next day. Because of this, students begin to have no interest in communicating with their professors, counselors, advisors, etc. This can in turn create a sense of isolation and unwanted attention that you feel from your professors. This can create students to become closed off and not as willing to reach out for help when they need it. According to a study published in the American Journal of Education, over 60% of students expect faculty members to respond to emails within 24 hours, but many professors consider at least 48 hours to be a more reasonable time limit. This gap in expectations can leave students feeling ignored and unsupported, especially when they're looking for timely academic guidance. So when you reach out to your professors because you're struggling on a project that they gave you and they don't respond to you and the project's due later that week, sometimes that can create that sense of like unwanted help that they're not going to give to you. This evidence highlights a serious disconnect that can arise between students and their professors when it comes to communication. When students don't get a timely response, it can increase anxiety, reduce trust, and can make students view their professors in a more negative light. After communicating the need for mentorship programs with you all, I think that we can all agree that USD should implement a structured mentorship program that pairs students with faculty or peer mentors to enhance communication, build confidence, and improve academic support. We've now learned that the lack of communication from teacher to students is a problem. Students' comfortability reaching out to classmates and professors, those are also two problems that we have here. And also, not just at USD, but at many colleges all around the US. I urge administration and student leaders at USD to advocate for a formal mentorship program, one that ensures every student has access to trusted academic and emotional support in their college journey. Building mentorships within USD is one of the most valuable steps that one can take towards success. Reaching out for help can bring you closer to achieving your academic success. I also think that mentorship programs can make you feel not so alone when you are at a home away from home. This can create meaningful connections and inspire confidence, accountability, and growth for all of you. This is my presentation aid. I think it just kind of summed up very well all the different aspects of mentorship and how it can help you become a better student.